Hello my friends all over the world, wherever you are. In this video I'm making more tomato juice, but I'm mixing it 50% with carrot juice, and I'm doing that because my last video of pure tomato juice, as far as I am concerned, turned out to be a dismal failure. You can look at that video by looking it up on YouTube, and for this video we'll do carrot plus tomatoes, a few dandelion greens, and a couple of other ingredients like garlic. Before we start making tomato carrot juice, I want to point out again we're using the front loading feed tube, which eliminates blowback up to your ceiling 100%, and we're using the near zero blowback cutter. So let's install the cutter. And for this batch of juice for carrots and tomatoes, I'm using the number 2 grid, which is 1/8 inch holes. And we'll start by feeding in some ice cubes. Now I feed in ice cubes because my thermometer is above 20. I like to have my temperature below 20. You can go as high as 35 or 40, but I like to keep below 20 if possible, and I'm down to 18 now. So I'm going to start by feeding in a couple of carrots, and I'm going to alternate with tomatoes. Tomato. I'm going to continue alternating the tomatoes and the carrots and the greens. These are dandelion greens. Put in a few more carrots. And some tomatoes. Continue alternating tomato with carrots. Now here's the last of my tomatoes, and we'll follow that with the last of my carrots. Now there's my last carrot. So we'll unplug the thermometer and empty the feed tube. Clean off the cutter. Do that first, and then we'll clean the feed tube. Make sure we get all of the pulp out of the feed tube. And I want to remind you that all juicers sold by Whole Health Foundation come with this cleaning brush, so you want to clean the inside. Even though it may look clean, there's still a little bit of juice remains clinging to the walls of the feed tube, so clean it thoroughly. And before we mix the produce, I'm going to clean the front of the juicer, and either with a damp cloth, or if you have a spray nozzle like I do, clean the front and then reassemble. I like to clean and reassemble before I make juice. Now the next step is to mix the carrot pulp and the tomato pulp. And remember, I have turmeric and ginger in here for a little bit extra flavor. And as soon as this is thoroughly mixed, we'll start making carrot tomato juice. Alright, my next step will be to unfold the 6 cloths, and we'll fill them with pulp and make some juice. Now we'll put our 6 cloths here, leaving room up here for the filled cloths, and put 3 large scoops in each cloth. This is carrot tomato, mostly, with a little bit of greens, a little bit of garlic, and a little bit of turmeric. Now I'm going to set these aside because I want to press 2 cloths full at one time. Fold it in thirds just like it came in the package, and then we'll put 2 cloths full of carrot tomato pulp in the press, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back and back it off. And we'll continue like that until we're done. And a little bit later I'm going to show you my 6 cloth less work method. And here's my 6 cloth less work method. These 2 go forward, these 2 go over, the 2 already pressed cloths go on top, and we continue like this until we're done, except instead of 3 scoops, centered left to right, centered front to back, instead of 3 scoops we put 2 scoops on top of the old pulp. And I remind you again, you never throw away this pulp until the very, very end. So 2 scoops, not 3. And we'll continue folding it into thirds, as you can see me doing here. And we'll continue like this until we're done. And toward the end, we may only put 1 scoop on top because this patty's getting thicker and thicker. Alright, now it's already full, so I'm not going to press that. I'll set it back, turn off the machine, and we'll fill some bottles. First, let's finish putting a couple of more scoops into this already pressed pulp. Now remember, this is carrot mixed 50% with tomatoes and some garlic and turmeric and a handful of dandelion greens. And the juice you see in behind, this is pure tomato juice. So let's make more 50-50 carrot and tomato juice. Now there's the last of my pulp mix juicing, and what I'm going to do now with these already pressed cloths is I'm going to form them into a very, very tight ball because the edges are very damp, and I'm going to fold those edges into the center. And I'm going to use a special folding technique by folding the ends under 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times, as many times as I can. And I'm going to show you how we can get at least 10% more juice. We'll turn that upside down, flatten it, set it aside, advance that all the way, and we'll continue folding. As you can see, my friends, I've repackaged the already spent pulp into 3 double packets. This is pulp that most people would throw away, and I'm going to demonstrate how you can get 10% more juice. So, 2 packets into the press, right in the center, centered left to right, centered front to back, making the adjustments you need to, all the way back, back it off, and let's see how much more juice we can get. And while that's pressing, I'm going to repackage these because I know there's more juice in here. I can see they're damp around the edges. Well, just as I thought, more juice. And there's 13 ounces, approaching 14. Now there's 19 more ounces, but it's going to overflow, so I'm going to stop it here. And we'll pour this into a collection bowl, and we have at least 2 more cloths full. And we're topping the bottles off with water, and we'll cap them. We've got 14 more bottles this time. Now, my friends, here we have a sample of carrot tomato juice with a little bit of garlic and turmeric and a little bit of dandelion greens. Now this juice is made with 50% carrots, 50% tomatoes. It tastes mostly like tomato, but it is definitely 50% carrot. Well, we got 5, 10, 14 bottles of juice, and about 1.5 of these bottles was from pressing the already spent pulp that most people would throw away. And here we have 11 bottles of pure tomato juice from our last juicing. Well, my friends, I hope you like what you've seen. If you do, please tell a friend. If you'd like to call me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net, and my webpage is wholehealthfound.com. I'll see you in the next video.